Hey guys, it's Hazel. Welcome back to my channel. If you aren't subscribed already, what are you doing? And today's video, as you can see from the title, it's going to be a no foundation, flawless skin makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve a flawless skin base without using any foundation whatsoever. So if you want to see how I achieve that look, then please keep on watching. So this is my face. I did like really simple eye makeup, just added some lashes to make it more dramatic. We're going to be focusing on our base today because we're not going to be using any foundation, and I know that sounds kind of crazy, but once you see all the steps that I do, you're going to be like, wow.
Foundation? We don't need it.
So for our face, because we're not using any foundation, we still want to make our skin look very healthy and glowy. So I'm going to be taking the Dr. Brandt Pore No More Luminizer Primer, and not only is it a primer, but it's also going to help us give that radiant, natural, glowing slay. Yeah, a lot of adjectives. Take my Winky Luxe stipple brush and I'm going to buff that in my skin. To put on top of the primer, I'm going to be using the BUXOM Divine Goddess Luminizer because we just can't get enough of the glowy skin. I feel like if you want to achieve the really flawless skin look, you must make your skin look moisturized and healthy and glowy. So that's why we're using 5,000 luminizers, okay? I'm going to be applying this on areas that I would normally highlight my face. So above my cheekbones, my nose, and my chin, and the temples of my forehead. This is also a sheer luminizer, so it's not going to be too out there. When using, you don't want to use a crazy illuminizer under your skin because that's just gonna make it look a little too much. You want it to look very natural. I like to use this luminizer compared to the Cover FX one because the Cover FX one is more like bam in your face, and I also feel like this one, if we're going for a skin-like finish, then you don't want to use such a how should I say this? Such an out there highlighter, if that makes any sense. You're probably wondering, well, if we're not using foundation, then how are we going to survive? Right. So what I'm going to be using to give myself some coverage is color correcting and concealing. Color correcting is so good for getting rid of dark circles, for covering up blemishes, for covering up redness, for fixing skin pigmentation. Sometimes your skin is more darker in different areas of your face and it's uneven. You have an uneven skin tone. You don't want to put on like 60 layers of foundation. Knowing how to color correct cuts that time in half with your concealer and foundation because it pretty much gives you that little extra coverage before you apply your concealer and foundation. Another thing is you need to find a really good concealer. I feel like once you find a really good concealer, you don't even need to touch your foundation. There's so many days where I'm just like concealer and go. My favorite at the moment is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Isn't it obvious? It's every beauty guru's favorite concealer. I'm in the shade Light Neutral if you want a shade comparison if you're my skin tone. But yeah, this concealer, I'm telling you, I struggle with dark circles and under eye bags like crazy, and this concealer was the first concealer actually to completely, like, I don't need to layer this concealer. It completely erases my dark circles and just overall brightens under my eye. I also used it for my eyeshadow primer and it covers up all my veins and it just
covers up everything. Everything on your face, it covers.
I think investing in a really good concealer also helps. Two of my other favorites are the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, but I found myself having to use multiple layers of that to get the coverage that I want, and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but for some reason when I'm going in the applicator, it's so hard to get the product out. First, I'm going to be taking my NYX color correcting palette. It looks like this, and I'm going to be taking the green corrector, and I'm using just my fingers because I feel like your fingers really warm up the product. And I'm just going to be applying that anywhere I have redness. So I have redness on my cheeks a little bit. I also have a blemish right here and one over here. And I'm just going to blend that in my skin to cover cover up all that redness. And then I'm going to take the orange corrector and I'm going to be using my finger once again, and it just really melts the product. And I'm going to be applying this under my eyes. And you're going to see as I blend this out how it already makes my under eyes brightened, and we didn't even use concealer or foundation. You can already see how applying just that color corrector brightened my under eyes. And I'm just going to go over the places I color corrected with a beauty blender just to make sure it's all blended out. But you can already see that my skin is looking, you know, more even, not as red. The pimples are gone down a little bit. It's looking a little, you know, like, okay, coverage, I see you. So next thing I'm going to do is take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this under my eyes. What's really good about this concealer too is that you don't need a lot. Bridge of my nose, the places I put it, also cover up my little mustache, and yeah, that's all you need. Apply wherever you color corrected, and also apply under your eyes and any other areas where you have a lot of darkness. Then I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it in. It looks like I have foundation on my skin. This looks like a full coverage beat.
I know. Shook.
I'm telling you, get a good concealer and you will be fine. You will never need to use foundation ever. Next thing I want to do is cream contour. I want to cream contour because I want to continue using cream products for that skin-like finish. And cream contouring just enhances the natural shadows on your face already, and you don't want to use too many powders anyways, because if you do, it doesn't really look like your skin. It kind of just, it looks like makeup. So I'm going to cream contour, and then also we're already going to be using powder under our eyes, so let's just do that. So the cream contour stick I'm going to be using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour stick in Mink, and this is just looks like this. I know it looks super dark, but I promise you it blends out into my skin. The other ones that they have for some reason just look too cool toned and kind of almost gray on me, so I don't really like that. So before I apply powder to set the concealer I put down, I like to do my cream contour first, and I'm just going to go from the top of where my ear is all the way going almost towards this corner of my lip. So like that, and then I'm going to do the other side. Top of my ear. Oh, sorry, the mirror's in the way. Yes, like that. I'm going to do a little bit on my forehead and on my jawline, and that's it. I don't want to do too much. I'm not trying to look extremely chiseled. I just want to bring shadow and warmth back into my face. I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend that out. Now before I set everywhere that I put concealer, I'm just going to make sure that all my creases are blended out so that I'm not setting any creases. I'm going to be taking my Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm using that to set under my eyes. I'm not going to bake, I'm just going to press the powder in and lightly set it, because again, I don't want my skin looking extremely dry. And I'm also going to kind of clean up under where I put the cream contour. like that, and then I'm not gonna leave it on. I'm just gonna then wipe it away with a powder brush. Now that I've done that, I'm going to bronze my face just a little bit because that was just to bring out the shadows, and I still want to bring a little bit of warmth into my skin. So I'm going to use the Per Cosmetics Bronze and Brighten palette. It looks like this, and I like this palette because the bronzer actually has a little bit of shimmer in it. So again, it attributes to the, you know, glowy skin look that we're going for. I'm going to take the Sigma Core de Rosa blush, and I just feel like this is a very natural, pretty blush, and I'm going to be just applying that on my cheekbones. I'm going to actually just use my fingers. I know that's kind of weird, but I'm just going to be dusting it on the apples of my cheeks. I like using the finger for powder. What kind of sorcery is this? To be honest, I'm just too lazy to get a blush brush. I got up like 6 times. Like, I just don't want to get up. So now it's time to highlight the highest points of our face and make the skin, finish it off very glowy. I'm using the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and I'm going to be using this to prep the skin for the highlight. Using a fan brush. I don't usually use fan brushes, but I can't find my highlighting brush. I don't know, I'm just gonna dip in Becca Champagne Pop. That's my favorite highlighter in the world. I feel like it just melts into your skin and it looks really great on my skin tone. So what I'm going to do is just apply it on the highest points my cheekbones are. And you want to highlight on places where the sun would naturally hit your face. If you want to make your highlight even more intense, you can actually spray the highlighting brush that you're using with, you know, any setting spray or even like water, rose water spray. It doesn't really matter as long as you get it wet, and just dip into your highlight and just, hello pigment. I like using a lot of highlight. I just feel like glowy skin looks the best. So now that our skin is completely snatched, I'm just going to be lining my lips with MAC Store lip liner and filling it in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Amber lip gloss. I'll be right back to finish off this whole look. So I just quickly filled in my lips and applied some lip gloss, and now I'm going to finish the whole look by setting my face again with the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray.
All my friends say I don't need you. They don't know how deep we in. Me and more my señorita. Amiga mejor, my best friend. Love and success overseas. Compare some sex on the beach.
Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope to help you guys figure out how to achieve a flawless skin-based and makeup look without using any foundation, and maybe you learned a few things that will also make me very happy. Comment down below if you did, and if you want to see more of me, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and you'll see me in my next video. Bye guys!
I've been thinking about